Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? The Mets are embarrassed once again. Wow, brutal game. Okay, here's the camera. So the Mets lose to the Reds by a final score of 5-2. The Mets squander multiple opportunities, beginning really in the first inning of this game. They had bases loaded. Ronnie Mauricio grounds out. They have another chance in the sixth inning. Bases loaded again. Francisco Lindor grounding out. Brandon Nimmo striking out. And it's basically everything that we have seen this entire season. And I'm pretty upset with it. I'm pretty done with it. But guys, really tough day. Again, as usual, feel like I've had to say that way too many times. The Mets lose to the Reds by a final score of 5-2. They have first and third with one out. Lindor striking out once again, and then, it was Juan Soto striking out once again, and then Pete Alonso popping out to end this game. Another brutal game, as you can tell. I am on the 7 line, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't fall over here. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. The Mets have lost 3 in a row. Don't know what the Phillies are doing. I know it was a tie game with the Angels earlier in this series, but or earlier in the afternoon. But I mean, who cares at this point? Great, the Phillies keep losing, but you know what? The Mets don't look like a good team. The Mets don't look like a playoff caliber baseball team, if you ask me. And I think that most Mets fans that are not completely, involved in the team and that are not fully invested in them and just waving the pom-poms would agree with me that this does not look like a playoff team. They score a run in the first inning. Okay, whoop-de-doo, aha. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs. Ronnie Mauricio, weak ground out. Okay, great. You basically knew from that point they were not going to score again, or at least not much more in this game. To get the solo homer from Brett Beatty, put them up 2-0, just like they went up last night, 2-0 against the Reds. And then all of a sudden, here comes the big red machine, make it 2-1. 2-2 on the throwing error from Luis Torrent, and then eventually it becomes 3-2. And I'm going to turn my camera if you guys don't mind. Thank you so much, and let's go to the chat. What's up, guys? Armand, what's up? 10-20 in their last 30. This is not a good Mets ball club. I'm going to say it. I'm going to finally say it. I don't think this is a good enough Mets ball club to be a playoff team, to do what they did last year, to go to the Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. I don't see the same things that I saw last year. This has been horrible. Great comment from you, Armand. Jimmy Jim C says exactly what I was thinking. They are just not very good. They're not very good. Let's be honest. Let's call it. Can we finally call a spade a spade? This team is just not very good. You have a couple, mediocre innings from. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep the camera straight. A couple of mediocre innings from Clay Holmes. Got a little bit by the BABIP gods, where there were a couple, infield signals and this and that, and it happens. But you would think, maybe the Mets defense, maybe the Mets overcome that. Nope, not the case. It becomes 5-2, and you might as well just turn the TV off. The Mets are not winning this game. A 3-run deficit, no shot. They have absolutely no shot at coming back in one of these games. So I'm with you, Jimmy James C, man. This has been so unacceptable, so intolerable from this team, man. I am 100% on par with what you're saying. Let's go back. Mon says Angels lead 3-2. Okay, so the Angels are leading the Phillies, but again, like I was trying to say before my subway stop here on the 7 line, said stands clear for closing doors, please. It was basically, okay, great. The Phillies might keep losing, but does that really help the Mets? Yeah, maybe we sneak into the playoffs because of the Phillies, futility. But do you think the Mets are going to go far in the playoffs? This does not look like a playoff team by any means. The way they have been hitting, the way they have been pitching, whether it's the starting rotation, whether it's the bullpen, but it's just not good enough. And then to top it all off, today we have 2 throwing errors. The first one coming from Luis Torrent behind the plate, trying to backpick a runner at first base. That allows the runner at first to advance to second as the tying run, and then to eventually tie this game up. And then later, when the Mets are already trailing 3-2, need a double play, routine 5-4-3 to end this one. Ronnie Mauricio throws it wide of second base, pulls Beatty off the bag, and it's all of a sudden 5-2. And the Mets no chance of coming back after they already spoiled their opportunity in the 6th inning, and then they have another one in the 9th inning, and they just can't cash in. There is something that is just fundamentally wrong with this team right now. Guys, sound off in the chat. I'm going to do my best to continue monitoring it, but it's a little difficult because I am on the 7 line right now, as you can tell. But guys, what's up? Really tough loss. I'm Tony Metro. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and definitely leave a comment. How are you feeling about this game? Who are you blaming the most for this one? Honestly, it's got to be the lineup. The lineup just did not come through in so many different opportunities for this team. You had a chance in the 1st inning to blow this game wide open. You had a chance in the 5th inning. You had a chance in the 6th, and they just could not find a way to get that big hit. And Francisco Lindor has been struggling big time. That is an understatement, but it's just not going well for Francisco Lindor. I mean, if we look at his last 30 games, if you look at his last 35 games, just not getting the job done. So that's how I feel about it, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section. Again, I'm sorry I'm on the 7 line. It's a little bit of a bouncy ride here, but guys, thank you so much for tuning in. D-Rails, what is up? My guy Tony, what's up, D-Rails? How you doing? Might lose some service. We were just pulling into Huntington Station show. We are probably going to lose service here as we go underground, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just continue riding this as long as we can. As you can tell, right? Anybody? Yeah? No, we're good. D-Rose, my man, appreciate you tuning in. Dude, what a terrible game. And you can't even blame Carlos Mendoza for this one. It is not Carlos Mendoza's fault that they lost this game. The Mets runners in scoring position continues to just rear its ugly head. And that's what Edward Christian Aguilan is saying. Mets risk is killing them. He says Lindor is, I'm sorry, I'm so blind, guys. You know that. Lindor is killing them without a bat, and pitchers blowing it up. No, I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying. No whatsoever offense. Hey, guys, I hope you're still there. I don't know if you are still or not, but yeah, hopefully you're still there. But to continue on your comment, Edward Christian, yes, the Mets runners in scoring position continues to be embarrassment. How many opportunities did the Mets have today with runners in scoring position and their big boys up with Lindor, with Soto, with Pete Alonso, and they just couldn't get the job done against the Cincinnati Reds? I'm sorry, I know the Reds are in a playoff hunt. They're now 5 games over 500. They entered the second half only 3 games over 500. They've made it look like, oh, the Mets, they're no